Right. Welcome everybody. So this is one of the sessions where we're going to talk about various parts of the philosophy part of the system. So one of the sayings we have is the 3 types of student. So and actually everybody is a student. You learn throughout your life. So that's important to say. Oh no, you know I'm this and I'm that. I'm this high up, and therefore I don't need to learn anymore. That's nonsense, right? So everybody needs to continue to learn and to improve themselves and to adapt, because change. Here's another philosophy: change is the only thing that is permanent. My teacher told me that many years ago. Change is the only thing that is permanent. So that means everything changes over time. And we have to change and adapt. Otherwise we'll be like the dinosaurs who will be extinct. So here we're going to talk about the 3 types of student, because you'll be surprised if you look back. Certainly I look back to my life, and we went to school, you were in the same class, this guy was your classmate, a whole bunch of you. But when you left school, so you were taught by the same teachers, you followed the same curriculum, you studied the same textbooks, etc., played some sports together, all sorts of things, yeah? But basically, you had the same education. So how come, when you go out into the world, the outcomes to your life are so different from the individual to individual? I think in my school, from my school days, most of the people were successful, but some are wildly successful, and some have fallen off, a cliff, and some, in fact, have already passed away. So it's, when you reflect on that, what is it that makes the difference? And what makes that difference is actually the 3 types of student. So the wise student, this is the saying, the wise student, when he hears of the Tao, so the Tao is defined as the way of the martial arts, the way of our system, the way of nature. So when he hears of the Tao, he goes and practices it diligently. So the wise student, when he hears of the Tao, goes and practices it diligently. The average student, when he hears of the Tao, he thinks about it now and again. So he's not practicing it. He thinks about it now, and he might practice it occasionally. But the foolish student, when he hears of the Tao, he laughs. For if he didn't laugh, it wouldn't be the Tao. So that's the philosophy. So you need to reflect. What makes the difference is the wise student. The wise student is the one that practices it. So if I go back to the analogy of school days, we were taught by the same teachers, we read the same textbooks, etc. But the wise student is the one that learns it properly, diligently, applied himself. That's why he became more successful than the others. The other 2 aren't so successful. They could still become successful if they change and start to practice diligently. So in learning martial arts, it's the same thing. Don't just, a lot of people just do it and they just barely scratch the surface. And it's important that you learn, and you learn deep, and you learn wide, and that builds your foundation. And that makes you realize your full potential. But that can only be achieved if you apply yourself diligently. Yeah? Don't be lazy. Diligently, but obviously smartly as well. So it's not rote learning, memorizing every move, but it's how you actually know how to use those moves that you've learned, and more importantly, how you learn to use those moves in a unique way that is you and not anybody else. Yeah, don't follow what other people do. Use your imagination. So you could come up with an application that nobody has thought about before. Because it is an art, isn't it? Martial arts, it's an art. And in fact, we call it martial arts, but in Wuchia we like to call it smartial arts, to be smart. So smartial, S-M, S-M-A-R-T-I-A-L, martial arts. We call ourselves a martial art rather than a martial art, because we like to think that the people that we train up are a bit more smarter than the rest of the others. But it's the methodology and the philosophy that makes the difference at the end of the day. They're not just empty words, you must transfer them into action. Okay, so in your training, I hope you will carry that out. Thank you.